In this video, we're going to solve the game of the century and the Queen's sacrifice of the late Bobby Fischer to the glory of God the Father. So Father is +1, gets the last word century, just like the last word sacrifice are +1 for Father, God the Father. Okay, we solved Bobby Fischer in previous video. But look at the word century, it belongs to Father, the name above all names. You have 3 + 2's, okay, a single +1, and the rest of the letters all divide by 3, just like in Father, okay? And so that's Father. And then sacrifice, same thing, +1 for Father. And then game parallels Jesus perfectly, just like Queen parallels Christ perfectly. Okay, so all this is a Trinity glorifying experience, but Father takes the last word. Okay, so the game of the century, it's called, divides by 3 with gorgeous interleaves of 3's. The hopscotch effect yields 2 teams of 3 that divide by 3, differing by 3. This is all for the Trinity, but Father gets the last word. And the Queen's sacrifice also does the hopscotch effect with 2 teams that divide by 3, both dividing by 12, gorgeously so. And that adds to God, the famous truth, God is sovereign, which equals God is benevolent. So there you go, the game of the century. And this was performed in the sovereignty of God by Bobby Fischer at age 13, which is +1 for the glory of the Father. And the voice of Derek, who you are listening to now, I am age 34, which is +1 for the glory of the Father. In fact, the number 34 is at the dead center of Father, and then it's flanked in pure 6's for the Trinity at large. And that is the voice of whom you are listening to right now, okay? D-E-R-E-K is +1 for Father. So here we are, we just solved the game of the century for God the Father. So by way of review, century is Father, sacrifice is Father, game is Jesus, Queen parallels Christ, just like King, okay? The word King and Queen are parallel in the design, parallel Christ, okay? And then century is Father, sacrifice is Father. Put them all together, you get this beautiful 3-fest, but Father gets the last word. There you go. The game of the century solved. And you can read all about that on Wikipedia. Coming off, there's an article for it called "The Game of the Century." You can scoop up more gems as you will. Oh yeah, background is a great Christ-Father combo. Ground is Father, back is flawlessly 60 points less than Christ. Background is a beautiful 3-fest. You can slice it in half to make beautiful 3's then, like, in fact, beautiful 6's, yeah, 24, 42 there, and then all this divides by 6, glaringly, it equals love. Okay, so every word screams out Christ and Father, but it's called the game of the century, and so we solve that. You can solve who was between and all that good stuff. Donald, as written, is +1 and is +2, and Bobby is +1. So if you want, you can put those 2 names together and get a 3-fest. Of course, his age 13 is +1 for Father, and Father gets the last word. The game of the century, like the word century, 3 + 2's in order, a single +1, just like Father. And then the sacrifice there, okay. So that's a very awesome solve. Glory to the Father and Jesus Christ the Son and the Holy Ghost. Cool, so what else will we, what else will we solve now? Okay, new video I think.